Hi, Bob from the Two Old Guys Garage on the 32 Coupe clutch, reworking for the hydraulic slave cylinder, June 22nd, 2024. This will be segment 1 of part 3. And as you can see, I got the bell housing off. I got the bracket and slave cylinder unattached and taken off, and did a couple of check measurements for depth in anticipation of aligning the throw-up bearing, the new throw-up bearing correctly. And let's see what else. Oh, yeah, kind of fill the spots to make up. What I'm going to do probably tomorrow morning is punch mark the pressure plate to the flywheel so that I can put it back exactly where it came off of, which obviously has had no problems. And I see that there's a balancing weight there. I do recall that this clutch was reworked by Mr. Hayes of Hayes Clutch back when he was a one-man band in the 70s, early 70s. And the clutch had different fingers to actuate the 46 Lincoln overdrive transmission. So I had it saved to Chevy fingers and balanced, and that's the clutch that came from Hayes when he was in unincorporated Fountain Valley in Orange County, just a little one-man shop. And I got that done for I don't know how much, a reasonable price, because my good friend Jim Hayworth actually went to high school with Hayes, so he just took it down there and got it done for me. All right, so that's that. I'm probably going to, I see that those are plain Jane bolts holding it on, so I'll probably replace the bolts. And in a lot of places, instead of just replacing the bolts, I'll replace the lock and flat washers to make sure I got a good grip. So it's out. I had to take the pan off, gravel pan, splash pan, whatever the hell it's called. It's off. There's the push rod for the slave cylinder, and slave cylinder is hanging down there, still connected to the master cylinder because I don't want to lose the fluid and get air in the system yet. In the meantime, operating on the chip away mode of operation, which Matt on Iron Trap calls small victories. Agree with him 100%. Anyway, yesterday I took this piece of crap and actually trimmed it and got it to fit so that it will clear the heater mount brackets, which are here. That'll allow me to take it out without screwing around with the heater. So this morning I took that and I've cut another template, and I'll be working that on in the meantime. Oh yeah, took the shift linkage off. It's filthy. I gotta go get some cleaning fluid. I don't think I'm gonna pay $15 a fucking gallon for kerosene. I'll do something. Anyway, that's it. Oh yeah, the new transmission mount came in, and if you look side to side, this guy's 11/16 thicker. You can see on the end how it's molded with a double rubber biscuit, I guess. Anyway, that looks good. That was from Rock Auto. And then I went over to Lou's yesterday and got some fittings that will block the brake line when it's disconnected and not lose all the fluid. This is the part that also came in yesterday. This is the AN4 to fit the clutch master cylinder 1/2" 20 thread with the copper washer. So I got that. Monday, I'm supposed to receive the 4-foot line, which I can now take some measurements and hope that it's enough to do it. I don't have to screw around. There's the new steel bushings and clips. Oh. This hefty bracket is what attaches to the bell housing bolts here And then here and here is where the 58 Austin Healy Sprite clutch cylinder bolts to. No, sorry, wrong bolts. That's the bell housing bolts. Here's the bolts for the slave cylinder. Okay. This is an old drilled and tapped hole that originally I had a steel angle bracket here to connect the spring to. And after doing the springs probably 2-3 years ago, I actually just drilled a hole here to hook the spring in. As you can see, make a nice straightforward spring. All right, so I'm dying. It's 94 in the garage, about ready to knock off. Oh yeah, one last word. Again, the Anglia project is in a hold mode, waiting on the ordered steel OEM 48 Anglia 2 front, left, and right doors, which was supposed to have shipped a week ago, Monday. We haven't received them. We can't seem to get a hold of the guy, which is typical of how we were trying to find out when we were going to get the front fenders and grills. So, the Anglia Street Rod project is not dead, it's on hold, and when the doors come in, we'll return to doing video clips and work on those. In the meantime, this is the end of segment 1. Catch you all later. Take care. Bye-bye. Hi there. It's Bob from the Old Carter's Garage. This is part 3, segment 2 of the clutch throw bearing slave cylinder redo on the 32 Coupe. Yesterday, I cut the pressure plate off, cut the clutch apart, and made an attempt to take the bushing out using a pilot bearing bushing puller, which was not successful. And partially because it's a Harbor Freight tool. Maybe. Anyway, here's the tool right here, or part of it. This is what fits down inside and is supposed to hook. And if you look at this, what happens when you use this is that you tighten these up and these lock inside. But look, this is at an angle which allows the thing to force up and out without pulling the bushing out. As well as, if you look at the side there, the material's got room there. I'm going to modify this a little bit and try it again. Barring that, if this doesn't work, then I'll grind out and knock it out. I'll get it out one way or another. I may not do that today, as it's supposed to be another hot day. Anyway, the pressure plate has got the usual discoloration. However, when you touch it, it's smooth. There's no grooves. So I'll end up just probably taking some emery paper and cleaning that. Now the disc is another situation. It's maybe a little bit on the thin side, judging by the fact that the depth of the grooves and the space of the rivets, these depressions are just a little bit over 1 millimeter. Anyway, for all the trouble that it takes to get to this point, I'm not going to mess around with it. So I've ordered a new clutch disc, and this is the Chevrolet inch and 3/8 10 spline, 10.5 inch disc. So that's coming from where else? Rock Auto. Still the best way to go. And then the other day, while I was thinking about it, the rear motor mount on the transmission is collapsed, which we've covered. But if you look here, this is the front engine mount. This is kind of collapsed too. This would be the side that when the engine is torquing up and falling down takes a lot of wear and tear. So I've ordered replacement front motor mounts too. And it seems like it never ends, but that's the way it goes. Today's another hot one. It's already warm here in the garage. It's only close to 9 o'clock. And there's the bell housing, the Chevrolet bell housing with the ball stud on the United Kingdom side and the hole cut out, which I'm going to use. And that means that instead of going here with the guide pin at the 2 o'clock position. The guide pin will be here at 10 o'clock and the hoses will come out. The 4-foot long AN4 hose is due in today, which I'll check and see if that's going to work. Anyway, oh yeah, the clutch slave cylinder, a little crowded on the bench here, a little dirty too. This guy very clearly states, do not use silicon .5 brake fluid. So what's going to happen is that the installation of this is going to end up being .3. And to that end, to prepare for that, this is yet another spare clutch master cylinder that I found. So now I got 2 spares. Anyway, I'm going to take this guy apart, completely clean it with alcohol, get it all devoid of any traces of .5, and then I'll use this one with the .3 to drive the clutch throw bearing slave cylinder. And let's see. Oh yeah, this is a 1-inch bore, and all the recommendations for the clutch slave cylinder type deal is to use a 3/4 inch master cylinder. So what that means is that I'll get the required amount of clearance travel from the 1-inch because there's more volume being pressed. So what I got to make sure is that I don't over push and overextend, and I'm going to try testing that before I put everything all together for the final run. The backup plan there is that if first off, to make up for it, what will happen is that add more free play so that the ultimate end of travel isn't as much as it's not going to be overage. But if that doesn't work, then I've already got plans to change the clutch master cylinder from the 1-inch bore to a Willwood type. The small one is a 3/4 inch bore. And I've already taken measurements and stuff to probably a 2-inch by 2-inch angle bracket that'll put this point in the same position with the small 3/4 inch cylinder. That's the backup for that. Let's see. Oh yeah, one last thing on this segment. This is in temporarily. Used the other guy to do a cutout to allow this to be removed without messing with the heater, and then transferred the backing plate for the front cross floorboard, and then lined up with where the other screw holes are. So that's ready to go whenever I get around to doing that. So it looks like today what I got mostly is a cleanup operation. I'm going to give it a whirl and start taking that guy down and cleaning it up. And I'm not sure that the transmission is going to clean up any better looking than that. I've already messed with it a little bit. But, you know, hey, cleaning it up and polishing it up, whatever. Not in the cards. It's not going to make it run any better. So that's about it for this segment. Catch y'all later. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Hey, I'm back with a short addendum to Part 3, Segment 2. I said that the spline on the clutch disc was 1 3/8 inch. That was a mistake. A 1 3/8 inch 10-inch disc is for a Ford flathead. This is a 1 1/8 with a 10 spline for the T10 GM transmission. In the interim, I've done first cleanup of the case. Doesn't look pretty, but it's clean, and I cleaned up the as best as I could without taking it apart, the Hurst shift linkage. Probably work on that next. And oh yeah, one other little add-on is that the front motor mounts are the classic Ford motor mounts from 1937 to 1948, plus maybe the F1 truck. But they are very popular in use for a lot of engine conversions, as you can see here. What can I say? That's what they are. This is what's on the bottom. That's the lower, and then these go on the bottom to support the cups, the top mounts. Anyway, that's it. Quickie. Thanks. Bye.